Oh, sure. Hope everyone is doing good. I hope everyone is doing great. Last week, I can't really remember. I think we had a trade. I didn't take it though. I think it was an NZD one, but it didn't really pull out the way it's meant to pull out. So that was a little bit. I'm gonna mute everybody for just a second. Right? Just gonna mute everybody for a second. If you have any questions or if you want to talk about anything, feel free to unmute yourself. Okay, so yeah, we had that, and then we had the crypto. We had the cryptocurrency trade as well. We're speaking about Bitcoin. I remember I told you guys Bitcoin was gonna go up because it normally does that with the seasonality move. And so far, let me see, I might share my screen here. So far, let me put this. So far, Bitcoin has actually moved up, about 77,000 pips, from around the 200 EMA. I mean, we're meant to go in, according to the seasonality, we're meant to go in on the 25th. Someone is watching the movie. Can you please just mute yourself? Your mic keeps on muting yourself. Okay, thank you. All right, so we had a look at Bitcoin, and we're estimating for the move to move on the move to happen from the 25th. The bottoming out on the 25th, and I remember last time we were checking. I think we were checking around here, around the 19th or so. I'm not sure exactly what date it was that we were checking, but I know it was like a Friday or on a Sunday we were checking. So Bitcoin on the 25th got here. Now, quite frankly, just looking at it, we've seen it's touched the 200 moving average. If you had gone in there and put your stop loss below the 200 moving average, you'd perfectly be fine, And if you didn't go in at that point, you waited. At least you should be able to grab some of this move. So the asset has done so far. If we're looking at it from the 25th, from the start, you probably had about 54,000 pips. I think Cortland posted his trade on Bitcoin, and just on a 0.01 position, he's made over $500. So it's quite a lot of, volume, in which the asset gives us. So this is good. So in regards to the continuation of the asset, I mean, from the seasonality, what we can see is this asset will keep going up until, ideally anyway, should keep going up until December. Now, keep this in mind. Last year, we traded this last year. I don't know if you guys were here last year, but let me try to see if I can pull up last year's one. So we traded last year. Pull it. Right. Yeah, so where's last year's date? I'm just trying to find when we traded last year. So last year we traded somewhere around here, 25th right here. And we're meant to exit in December, but as you can see, price, I think we exited somewhere around here, but what price done was actually even, went up further than anticipated. Went up a lot more than anticipated, 400,000 pips, 461,000 pips from where we exited from. Now, this year, so far, gone in around this region, and it's just starting to move about 58,000 pips in profit. Oh, you can't see my screen? Wait, hold on. Can everybody else see my screen in terms of my cursor moving and everything?
Yeah, I can see your screen.
Yeah, I can see your screen, yeah.
Thank you very much, guys. Aslan, check your connection. So what's happening this year is that it's already started the up move this year, and once it breaks through this region, let me just pop this right here. Once it breaks through this region right here, because it's kind of struggling, but if you really look at it, right, it's actually broken through. So prior to this, price was stuck here. I mean, that line is too thick, so I'm just gonna drag it down. So you can see, look, price, every single time price actually ended up right here. Price didn't break away from that zone. It was just there. But this time around, price is away from that zone, using that now as a support. Now, from looking at this, I actually expect price to do a raid, kind of like a raid, somewhere come down somewhere around here, then kick back off, just to complete the circle. But the thing that I've noticed about Bitcoin is sometimes Bitcoin is very stubborn, and when it's moving, it's going. It won't stop, just like gold. And I don't like catching a moving trend. So for the guys that have already gone in, I would recommend you hold on to your position. Just lock yourself into profit, and enjoy the ride. This ride might take you all the way to December. And going back to, I think the webinar I had like maybe four Sundays ago, I think, or even more than that. No, it was actually before the gold move. So you just need one or two good trades that are going for the long term. You don't want to have too many trades going on. So if this is just the only trade you get to focus on from now to December, this could go somewhere around here. Even if you catch it from now, that's about 100,000 pips. With 100,000 pips, and you would make some decent amount of money. I don't see you not making a good amount of money. You make at least a decent amount of money, in this trade. So I personally would say if you can get a position, you want to grab a position and you want to go in. Now, in regards to when to grab the position, I mean, the entry was 25th and the next entry was 28. I think 28 is already filled out already. 28 right here. So if you grabbed it sometime when it was close to here, it's already filled out. So the next time you might want to grab might be on the 3rd, which was yesterday. So here, but keep in mind this, this little drop, I haven't really seen it. Price actually just consolidate. So you might want to wait till the 10th before you grab your position. And if you can't grab on the 10th, you might want to wait till the 23rd. If you can't get on the 23rd, you might want to wait till the 23rd again of November. And if you can't get that, probably you can get this 8th of December. And apart from that point on, I don't know what else. I wouldn't advise them for the little chunks left. The move's practically gone if you're waiting that long. So that being said, that's the one with Bitcoin. What I can also try to do is maybe I can see if the COT report for them has changed. Because if it has changed, right, what could happen ideally would be we could see even a higher volume. We could see a higher volume in regards to the volume in which Bitcoin is going to do this year if the commercials are buying it. I don't know why it's taking time to load. So let's see. So in regards to the commercials, all we can see is the commercials actually put, as on the 21st of September, they put in 89 new positions, apologies, on the long side, so that looks good in our favor. And also non-commercials actually putting on new positions, but they put also positions to the short side. But what you can tell from the commercials is that they've taken out 63 positions from their short side. So adding 89 positions to the long side. So that's also good for us. I mean, these are the only two things we have in regards to Bitcoin. We have the COT, we have the seasonality, but we don't have a probability for Bitcoin yet. The amount of years that we have it on trading map is not sufficient enough to get the probability data. Probability data looks mainly like 100% almost every single time. So I have to be careful with that. We need a few more years, before we can get that rolling. So that being said, that's the one for Bitcoin. Now we can look into other analysis, let me just point this thing out one more time for the guys that want to go in on Bitcoin. You have the 10th of this month for an entry. You possibly have maybe even the 6th, but you have to be careful. I would say wait sufficiently for at least a decent sized pullback before you go in. Maybe the 2050 EMA will be a sufficient part. Just like when price got here, here, you can see how those points held on, till it breached and came to the 200. So you want to be catching it at the EMA point right there. So that way you benefit from the entire move the most. That being said, let's look at other assets. So let's look at gold, for example. We go into gold and see what gold has. Okay, gold has let me just put this down. COT, gold. We got long on gold. So if we go gold, now I don't know what the seasonality is gonna say, but let's just see what that looks like. Then let's check CHF, we check JPY, Euro, USD, and CAD, GBP. Yeah, let me just check every single thing first. See what we have. Yeah, I'll check Nasdaq and Euro GBP. You love Nasdaq a lot, man, and gold. I'll check all of those. All right, let me see. All right, let's check NZD is giving us short. All right, let's see. All right. Free money on Nasdaq, right? I'll check it. We'll see what it's saying. Thank you. AUD, I don't even know what's wrong with these assets, to be honest. It's been showing long for a while now, but I have a feeling when it goes long, it's gonna go seriously long. And let me see what. Yeah, it's been going long from July, so, but it hasn't kicked in yet. It just hasn't kicked in yet, which means it hasn't reached its max yet. Let's check the overall. This is like literally one of the highest it's ever been since the COT data from 2012. So ideally, we should see a long coming anytime soon towards AUD, but we'll check the seasonality to reconfirm that anyway. So pounds, GBP. This asset is a killer basically. Long. These guys are going long as well. I would literally put a star next to it because when the non-commercials and commercials put their head in the same place, I get scared sometimes. All right, and then we have CAD going short. All right, and USD going short. And then we go Euro. Okay, Euro has nothing to do right now. And JPY, wow. Okay, this is very massive. JPY long. These guys are going massively short as well. What the heck is going on with JPY? Okay. All right. JPY long, and then CHF long. Okay, so that's good enough data. I'm just gonna switch this to probability. So let's check gold first. If we can see a long move coming for gold, then we might be able to capitalize onto that asset. So before that, though, let me see. Coin. All right. So just not to forget. So run that one. All right. So now the problem with gold is everything is not in alignment with gold. I mean, on the second, we have that short up until the 4th. Then from the 4th, we actually have the long coming through up until the 8th. So see long, let's see what gold is saying, because yeah, oh, we might have missed entry on this one. So according to this, on the 4th, right, gold is meant to drop from at least the 25th, you know, but it wasn't really in alignment, so we can't really trade this. You know, 5 years is saying drop, 15 saying drop a little bit, but it's gonna kick back up, and 40 is doing the same thing as the 15. But there was an alignment on the 2nd, but then on the 4th, right here, there's the up move, which is meant to last up until the 8th, right? Now, if we look at gold, you know, on the 4th already, it's literally doing that. You know, even though this 2 long days was not predicted by the seasonality, all we can see right here is, you know, gold came back, kicked out, like came to raid some of these guys, especially whoever went in on, you know, on the 1st, which is on Friday, and kicked them all out of the position, started going up, and that up is meant to last up until 8. And if that's the case, then probably TP will be somewhere around here. TP will be somewhere around here, which gives us, from where it is right now, another 200 and some pips to go. But before I actually conclude on that, let's check probability of gold and see what the probability is saying. Okay. So according to the probability, it's a 50-50 today. Then tomorrow, 57% of the fall. But in the 7, 6, 7, 8, we have a 64, 64, 57. So which means that gold, actually I'm putting it on the top right here. We can trade gold. Entry would be on the 6th. Long. Right. I'll call that medium because I do not have the Williams spread on gold, because the Will spread on gold is literally on gold, so it wouldn't even show me anything basically. If I go, I mean, the people that use this should know. Where's this thing? I'm just trying to look for the Williams spread. So on the Williams spread, if we look at you know, the asset, it's quite flat line. What I normally do with the Williams spread in this scenario is I normally change it to USD JPY, but to see if it's going to give me, because they sort of have a kind of a correlation in place. So you know, as it poked out right here, it gave up a nice pointing down. You know, so there might be a down coming. You know, when he went up here as well, the up move didn't take too long. Came up here, literally did a little bit of up move, but nothing happened. So I just used USD JPY because of the correlation between USD JPY and gold. But nevertheless, though, I like to have my base asset to be gold. So on that note, that's why I call it medium risk. So the risk is medium. Oh, by the way, Bitcoin is high risk. You don't have the probability data. You know, so that's medium risk, the 6 to the 8, you know, long on gold. So that's what we have for gold. And we're just literally going into the small pullback section right there, you know, going up to the 8. I mean, price could go beyond that, but it looks like it's going to go up until the 12th, but I don't want to risk it, because from that point on, 15 years and the 40 years, there's no longer alignment to it, you know. So but according to the 5 years, you get it to the 15th anyway. So I don't want to risk that. I don't want to risk it at all. So that's a few days to get. Like 3 days is sufficient enough. You know, exit will be on the 8th. You can exit on the 8th, anytime on the 8th you want. Next thing, let's check NZD. It says it's a short, right? So actually, let me see. CHF is next. CHF says long. So let's check CHF first. I'll just go in the order that it's laid out. So CHF, let's see. CHF is saying long, but what I can see right here from CHF is short. You know, so on the 4th, I mean, there's this long, but then it only aligns for 1 day. You know, in regards to 15 and 40 years with it, and then you have that consolidation region. So for that reason, I'm just not going to touch CHF. So I'm going to take CHF out of the list. JPY is next for the long. Let's see. Let's see what JPY has to offer. Maybe it will give us a long. Okay, so we have that long, but it's going to play up until the 7th, right? Because after that point, the 5 years kind of diverge down, and you know, 15 and 40 years still holds out. So yeah, we can actually try to see. Let me see what's going on with the JPY pairs first. So don't need this at the moment, so I'm just gonna go. Yeah, so JPY is actually gaining some strength. You can see it today. Zoom in. So JPY is gaining some strength, which means USD is falling down. So ideally, this should close as a red candle. So initially, JPY right here didn't cut the slack. Euro kind of won against it, but the day is not over yet. Maybe it might drop. I don't know. But before I even go further, let me look at the JPY probabilities. We see which asset might give us the best probability against the JPY. So we go. Okay. All right. Okay. Before I forget, yeah, I will check the Euro, GBP, and NASDAQ. So I've checked gold already. So NASDAQ and Euro GBP, I'll check those two in a second. JPY. So today's the 4th. So this is CHF JPY. It's expecting CHF to have more strength against the JPY. So we're expecting the strength to come in from today. So CHF JPY is a no-go. So Euro JPY. Also expecting the Euro to be strong today, which is kind of what's going on. So that's a no-go. We can trade that. GBP JPY. Also no-go. Wait a minute. Hold on. I think I might have scrapped that. I just want to quickly re-verify. My mind's telling me that I didn't check it properly on that one. Yeah, still no go. C80 JPY. So it gives that 1 day, but apart from that, it doesn't really look good. So it's a no go. Basically, what I'm looking for is JPY being strong. All right. So ideally to sell, I'm looking for more selling power. USD JPY also no go. Now keep in mind, you know, just because the probability doesn't align with it doesn't mean that it doesn't really align. I just like to play it safe, you know. There's always going to be countless opportunities in the market, but you're limited to the amount of money you can invest. So, you know, whatever you invest, you want to take a return back from it. You don't want the market to take it off you. So I played safe. October, yeah, also no go. So NZD JPY. So also no go. So So looking at the entire JPY pair, it doesn't look like there's any major alignment. So if you're gonna really trade that based on the COT data and the probability on the seasonality, is a higher risk. So I just don't want to mess with that. So I remember Euro. I think Euro doesn't look good. That's why we don't have anything for Euro right there. So with the Euro GBP, I would have to use the GBP to actually contrast the Euro. So but I'll get to that in a second. Let me check the USD. Okay, so let's see USD if we have anything. So from the 4th, we're expecting USD to lose some strength, and yeah, that correlates with the COT. So what we can do is we can look for USD pairs and see which one would be our best option. All right. I found that this is one of the quickest ways to analyze the entire 32 pairs, 32 major pairs anyway, like without spending too much time on analysis. Because quite frankly, you can analyze all of them like looking at the chart on technical. So you just have to filter out which one is good and which one is not good ASAP. So USD CHF, there's a short, and then 50-50, then long, then 50-50. I don't really like this, the way this looks, because I need that 3 days in a row. Those 3 days is the best, but we can just check the chart and see what it looks like currently. If it looks like it's going in our way, then we can just go, oh, too late, guys. We're too late. It's already going our way. It's literally dropped already 51 pips. So, I mean, this is the thing. I like to get the move when the move is about to happen rather than chase the move, It's something that today's the 4th, right? We could have gotten this maybe somewhere around when the price opened around here. We could have gotten it somewhere around here, or maybe around here. But going in now, once it's about to hit the 200 moving average, I mean, what we can do with the USD CHF, we can get in around here, not exactly here, but wait to touch the 50, and then there's a space between 50 and the 20, which is about 9 pips. So your stop loss would be somewhere behind it. So about 18 pips stop loss. So if you can wait with this one, USD CHF will be a short, and you can sell that and exit possibly on Wednesday. So you just have to wait till price comes all the way back up here, and then take a short position, put your stop loss behind the 20, and then sell it all the way back down. Most likely price is going to breach the 200. It was unable to break it right here. It was unable to break it right here. Most likely here it could break it and come below it. Oh yeah, most likely it could break it and come below. So with that one, with the USD CHF, even though it wouldn't be my favorite because we don't have the 3rd day in a row, the first day is going perfectly. Today is going perfectly, and tomorrow should also go perfectly. So if you guys want to trade that, you can trade that. I don't want to write it down, but it is kind of like a medium to high risk trade. So I wouldn't want to touch that. So let's check USD JPY. If I remember, JPY had a long on its side. So USD JPY, we could actually maybe see a short coming in. Doesn't really look like that. So we're expecting the USD to go short. So but this is looking long, so we just have to let this go. Even though price might be actually going in that direction, you just have to let it go. But if you're brave enough, I mean, you can go for it. I mean, it's already dropped today already. Switch back to daily. Like you try to raid everybody, dropped already. So it could continue to drop up until here, but I don't want to risk it. So far anyway, the trade on the USD seems to be holding. Euro USD, the most manipulated assets in the world. Gives us, okay, this looks good. Gives us straight, buy all the way through. Even though we don't have a straight, we don't have a clear report on the COT on Euro, but with the USD, since we know that it's going to go short, You know, this is giving us a long already. So Euro USD should ideally start the move. Okay, you can see right there, it's already started to move. It's not that much, but it's already started that up move, which we'd expecting. So Euro USD. Entry is actually today, so the entry is today, and we had a 59% chance of win, plus the fact that we have that drop right here. So the drop is meant to last up until the 8th. So you can trade that and exit on the 8th. Now, where price is right now, price is most likely going to struggle around here and then try to struggle around here. If I traded this, I'll probably be exiting at the 20 moving average right here. So just to wait for price to do a little piercing of this thick resistance and then you know, exit around there. So let me long 4th to the 8th. It's a medium risk. So that's that one right there. And I think I'll just check one more. Then I check the NASDAQ and the GBP, Euro GBP or so. Because time is not that much. So the same thing goes for USD CAD. I mean, I would love it to be 3 days. No, actually, I can't even trade this because USD is actually going wrong. So scrap that. USD CAD, not a go. All right, so October, GBP USD. So it's telling me GBP USD I should be looking from tomorrow. Okay, 5th up until here. So that could be something I could trade. You know, since the first they told me to wait out today, and today, right now, let's see what's happened. It's already literally moved today, even though they told us to wait out today, but price has already gone in our favor. Now, original date, looking at the probability is tomorrow, to go in tomorrow. So, I mean, we can go in tomorrow, which is GBP. Now, tomorrow, keep in mind, I'm going to label this high risk. One single fact. I'm going to label it high risk, even though one is GBP is actually crazy sometimes, you know. But the main reason I'm going to label this high risk is because today it's already moved. It's already moved 70 pips today. So I'm more wary when I see price move 4 days in the direction I want, because I would love to see a pullback before I go in. So if price is moving in a trend, like let's say like here, for example, 4 days down, I won't go on the 5th day and try to trade further down. I want to see a pullback like this before I continue my trade. You don't want to let, like when price is already moving in a specific direction, you don't want to jump in right here, or you don't want to jump in somewhere right here. You know, it's very dangerous because price could then turn around on you. So you want to be very careful. You want to catch it somewhere around the start right here or the second candle. When you get into the 3rd and the 4th candle, you're already stretching it. You know, so what I'll wait for tomorrow is price pulling back to somewhere around here. So when tomorrow candle open, hopefully it does a wick, trying to raid all these guys out. If he does that, then I can go in somewhere around here. And then let me check. That should be a look right there. So there is a 20 EMA right there. Let me see where that is. So it's literally even below here. So if price can come somewhere around here tomorrow, try to rate everybody out, I'll be okay. And take profit will most likely be 200 moving average right there. You know. So that's that one. So we don't have that much time left. I'm going to quickly go through NASDAQ first because I've already seen the euro. Euro doesn't really look good, but I haven't checked the GBP correlation yet. But I'll go to NASDAQ. Let me see what's happening euro GBP. Maybe if I see a good correlation in terms of probability right there, then you can do it. But this one gives me the quickest way to analyze this, and that's the shortest amount of time that we have. So this is giving euro GBP is giving me long all the way through. And if I look at GBP is giving me long. So if GBP is giving me long and Euro GBP is giving me longer probability, I would not trade that. And that's why when I had to start with GBP, because I don't really trust GBP recently. It's been moving weird. So this trade, Euro GBP, I'll stay away from it because Euro is giving me longer probability and GBP is giving me long on COT. So there isn't that much of a balance there. It's actually contrast to each other. So let's check NASDAQ and see what's happening with NASDAQ. And if anybody has a question, please type it up in the comment. I'll try to answer in the last 3 minutes of this webinar. So fourth. Yeah, so this is where we are on NASDAQ right now. We might actually see a little bit of drop, you know, in regards to that. We might see a drop in regards to NASDAQ. Yeah, let's decisive. All right. Trying to see if I can find it before. Oh, there you go. All right. So there we go with NASDAQ. You can see the drop on the 4th right there. Yeah, the drop has started already. It's literally gone, guys. It's already done 3,937 pips. So the drop is meant to happen from, actually, wait, hold on. Let me see. Yeah, it's right here, 4th and 5th right here. So 5th. So it's between both days. According to the, what's it called? The 5 years, it gives us the 4th right there. And then 5th, there'll be a pullback till the 6th and then down. And then 4th right here, then 5th might be going and then right here. Anyway, long story short, that short is already happening. And it's gonna last most likely until the 9th. So in regards to NASDAQ, that short is already taking place up until the 9th. So I mean, this analysis that I've done today, you know, this is with current live market going on. So as you guys can see, the tools are accurate. The seasonality is accurate, you know, mixed with the COT and probability. It's quite accurate doing his own stuff. So the predictions are working. So compared to, you know, having the analysis on Sundays, when we do the analysis on Sundays and we look at how it plays out, you know, through the week, we can actually see how it's playing out currently in live market. So so that looks good so far. So if you guys need the tool, you know where to go to business.damempire.co.uk. You can get the tools right there, or message me on Telegram, so you know you can trade it and you don't have to wait for me to do analysis. So that's all we have time for today, guys. These are the trades to look at. So I'm gonna cut it short right here. I'm gonna wish you guys a lovely trading week, and I'll catch you guys in the Telegram chat room. Take care of yourself, guys. God bless you.
All right, thanks, boss. Thanks so much.
Take care. Yeah, thank you.